Multidisciplinary team feedback for improving team working is a 3-stage process designed to be owned by teams but supported by trust management. Team members individually assess their working practice anonymously, while an independent observer assesses the team's MDT meeting. A feedback report is then shared with the team and considered in a facilitated team discussion where actions for improvement are agreed, with input from trust management where needed. Actions are then implemented and reviewed over the following months.
The MDT-FIT programme was developed under the auspices of the National Cancer Action Team, that it can be run at an individual trust level, and a lot of the observers and feedback can come from trust staff themselves.
MDT-FIT operates on an online platform. First of all, you have to register your trust, and then a website will take you through the process. Once teams are fully engaged, book a date for the hour-long facilitated meeting between the facilitator and the team, and this needs to be booked at least 6 weeks in advance. The MTT lead has to confirm that the details of the team members are correct. Once these steps have been followed, the team then enters the assessment phase. The first stage starts with a short questionnaire, and it covers questions that are designed to look at all aspects of the patient care pathway and team working within it.
The individual members of the team are asked how well they think the team is working, and they can identify both the strengths, and that's very important, as well as any of the weaknesses in team working.
The survey came via an email, and it was very easy to get into the MDT-FIT website and fill it in.
The survey is done in such a way as to actually, I think, provide the maximum information in the shortest possible time, so people find it very easy.
There's an external observer who comes to watch the team meetings,
which enables them to be independent and allow them to observe the team functioning in a real situation.
They are someone who has often worked in an MDT themselves, and therefore they can come in and give a non-judgmental view on what's happening.
They give us a written feedback of what they observed and the sort of things that we might not comment on for ourselves. For example, they noted the fact that people were taking mobile phone calls during the meeting, and people were coming in late and people were leaving early. Something that we perhaps ourselves would not have stated so obviously, but it was good that an outside person did note that these were issues that impeded the proper functioning of the meeting.
If you don't feel like you've actually captured everything you need to, ask to go back.
It's important the observed meeting is representative of team meeting. Obviously, if it's a specialist MDT and there's video conferencing, we'd encourage observers to observe from multiple sites. So the feedback report is confidential to the team.
So who in the team may have said one thing or another is not known.
The feedback report gives no interpretation of the data. It's purely designed to stimulate conversation and look for ways of improving team working. If the team wish to share it wider within the trust, they're obviously welcome to do so, but it's their choice. The key activity is the whole team facilitated discussion. A trust-based manager or clinician really is there to help the facilitation process so the team gets the most out of MDT-FIT.
It's just a great way for the team to sit down and discuss where to go from here and what can be changed and what should be changed.
The facilitated discussion allows everybody to feel they're able to make a free and positive contribution to the patient's care.
There will always be some people who may be more dominant and have a lot to say, but actually everybody needs to have their chance, and the people that may be less confident or less vocal always have a view, and we need to hear that. So it's about creating a safe environment where people feel they can voice their fears, worries or concerns and really discuss those issues, but most importantly it's about thinking about how do we move forward and making an action plan together as a team to try and solve the issue.
We found, on average, 6 to 8 actions that a team could take forward, and these span the whole cancer pathway. Those actions requiring wider trust input can then go to a further trust-wide meeting.
There is an opportunity for the trust to look at the action plan that's drawn up, and I think that's of benefit to all because it demonstrates for the trust that the MDT are keen on increasing their functionality for the benefit of the patient.
MDT-FIT allows us to hear directly from the teams about the things that they think are helps and hindrances in their work.
It gives them the opportunity then to bring any problems to the trust level so that the general managers, maybe service managers, could actually have an input.
Through the process, tell your trust what needs to be sorted out and why it needs sorting out. So It is a way in which you get out of the rut that inevitably can develop when you do something week in, week out.
It's vital that the trust management systems support this process by helping find observers, facilitators, helping administrate the system, and also when there are action plans to be developed, to actually help the implementation of those. Remembering, of course, that this is developmental and not judgmental.
I think the whole MDT-FIT process is extremely valuable. I think it's a very good way to highlight for the team little kinks that you might think about every day but never bring up.
With the right support from the trust, a team can come away with sustainable and deliverable actions. And this can only be good for team working and good for the patients.
It's not time consuming, it's not onerous, and it's your process. At the end of the day, there are only things you'd want to do for yourself, and it's a way in which you can actually see them more clearly.